All right, you should have your packet at the front of your packet. We are going to do the warm up today is a worksheet that I gave you at the door, and it's on distance. I'm going to go over that with you. This is the next step that's in your project. I want to make sure that you understand distance. Yes, baby. I do. Here. All right, so let's make sure that we do that. Okay, you're welcome, baby. All right. Then we're gonna finish the sheet that we did yesterday on line of best fit. Okay, and making predictions. I'm gonna model for you today residuals. So that's today we're working on residuals. All right. The best way to do that, we're gonna take some little short notes on residuals and what residuals mean. And then we're gonna jump right into actually doing it. It's not a whole lot of steps that's to it, it's just the formula. And you use the formula to find the residuals of a scatter plot. So today we're gonna practice 10. What you need, baby? Yeah. Do I have a pencil? Does anybody have a pencil they can borrow? I have to go to the back and get one, but does anybody have a pencil that he could borrow? Yeah, could you give that to him, please? I need to put some more pencils out. I have them in my closet, but I don't have any out right now. Okay. And I should have wrote this on Wednesday. My apologies. This goes on Wednesday, okay? I'm sorry about that. All right, your quarter test, I keep reminding you, but your quarter test is next Wednesday. For the quarter test, you will, in the morning on that day, the 14th is a Wednesday. I'll remind you on Tuesday, and I'll try to remind you in the morning and remind before you get to school. After the announcements or when we line up to go to our elective classes, when you line up to go to your elective class, instead of going to your elective class, you'll go directly to the multipurpose room. You must bring your laptop and your pencil. Okay? You don't have to bring anything else. You can bring your laptop and your pencil. Any questions about that? Okay, if you bring everything, which your teacher will make you bring everything, make sure you clear the desk part where we sit in the multipurpose room. Nothing can be on your desk but a pencil and your laptop. And then we will immediately get started once we get settled. Questions, comments, or concerns? You will have assigned seating. You'll look for your name. You sit there. Your name will have a code that you will use to log into the test. Yes. Yes. That's fine. Yes, babe. You will sit there for a while, and then I will dismiss you once I see 50% is finished. Okay, but there's not going to be a whole lot of revolving door. Does that make sense? So there'll be one time where we exit, and that'll be it. Okay. And then at the rest of the students, as they finish, because it's only a small group, they will, as they finish, they will exit. But I don't want a whole lot of people leaving and disrupting the testing environment. Any other questions about that? Okay, let's look. We're going to cancel. We're going to cross out the warm up for today. So what's today? Wednesday. Please cross out the warm up for today. We're doing distance. Let's write our homework down in our planner. Let's write our homework down in our planner, please. All right. Please make sure that you check off. Some of us did come. We had a pretty good group yesterday for after school tutoring. You can check that off. Watching the video, if you watched the homework help video, check that off. If you finished your homework, I didn't put that on there. Check that off. And then project. If you watched the video for the project, please check that off. If you didn't do those things, don't check it off, okay? Today is virtual tutoring. Samaj, you're going to be there? Okay. Please come, babe, because that's the reason why I set this date for you. It's at 4:30, unless you want to meet earlier. I got a game. Yeah, game. So when can you meet? Anybody else want to meet virtually? See, that's why you didn't come yesterday. You should have came yesterday. I wouldn't have no ride. Okay, so we gotta figure something out because I really need for you to come. You came, great. Guys, we gotta get this tutoring stuff in. I gotta get Anthony. Anthony, you coming to tutoring today? Can you do virtual? No. Anybody coming today? You coming today? What time is good? We did in person yesterday. Can you do today? Anytime today? You can do today too? Okay. So what time do you all get home? Because 4:30 is kind of late. What time do y'all get home? So can you do 3? All right. I only did 4:30 because Samaj said 4:30. So we're gonna do 3, okay? All right. So Samaj, we gotta get you in there though, okay? All right. So we got our virtual tutoring today. We got homework. Please make sure you watch the video today. And please make sure that you are working on your project. Okay, work on project. Okay. Let's take out the sheet that I gave you on the way in the door. We're doing distance. We're going to do distance. If you are still struggling with integers, I need you to have a calculator out. So this will go pretty smoothly. You will need a calculator. Actually, you will need a calculator for square roots. So please, let's make sure this is calculator active. Okay. This is calculator active. There's more than one way to find a distance. We're going to do this way first, and then I will show you another way at a later time. Okay? Please write your first and last name on your sheet. Today's date is the 7th. Okay? All right, let's do it. Let's find the distance between 2 points. So first thing to find the distance between 2 points is to label the points. So we are going to label the points. This first point, this is x1, y1. First point. Second point, x2, y2. Any questions about labeling the ordered pairs? First point, second point. All right. The distance formula is one you're going to have to remember. Okay. You're going to subtract the x's from each other. X2 comes first. So we got x2 minus x1. And we're going to square it. Plus y2 minus y1. And we're going to do what? Square it. So now let's substitute. Let's substitute and solve, okay? So, and then put d is equal to the distance, okay? All right, so in the parentheses, we're going to subtract the x's first. So in the parentheses, we have 5 minus what? 5 minus 1 and square it. And in the parentheses here, we have what minus what and squared? 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3. What is 5 minus 1? 4. We got 4 squared plus, we got 7 minus 3. What's that? 4 squared. Okay, what's 4 squared? 16. So due to space, I'm going to erase this and put 16. So what's 16 plus 16? 32. So we're going to do the square root of 32. How do you type in square root in the calculator? Second x squared. And what is that? What is the square root of 32? Let's round it to the nearest. Let's do 2 spaces behind the decimal. The nearest hundredths place. What would that be? Very good. So distance here is equal to 5.66. And we'll just do units generically because it doesn't say feet, inches, or anything like that. So we're just going to say units. So it's that many units away. Since we don't know the units, we're going to use the generic word units. Questions about what I did there? What's your question, baby? Square root. Second x squared. The yellow button right here, yellow orangey looking button, and x squared is right here. You see where it says this little square root in yellow? That means you have to press the yellow button to get it. 32 and then enter. Do you understand that now, babe? All right, let's label number 2. I'm going to do number 2 with you, and then you're going to see if you can do the others, okay? All right, so we got x1, y1, x2, y2. We're going to write the formula for distance, square root. We're going to subtract the x's, x2 minus x1, and square it. Plus, we're going to subtract the y's, y2 minus y1, and square it. Question so far, all I did was copy the formula and label. So now we're going to substitute. You ready, babe? Are you okay? All right. So distance is equal to, we got square root. Under the square root sign, we're going to subtract the x's. What minus what are we doing? -4 minus -8, and square it. Plus, we have what minus what for the y's? -10 minus a -9, and we're going to square that. So now what is -4 minus a -8? That's +4, and we square it. Plus, what's -10 minus a -9? -1, and we square in -1. All right, so what is what is 4 squared? So we got 16 plus, what's -1 squared? +1. So now we're doing the square root of 17, because 16 plus 1 is 17. So let's type in the square root of 17, round it to 2 spaces behind the decimal. So we got square root 17. What's the square root of 17 equal to? 4.12. Very good. 4, let me put the squiggly line, about 4 and 12 hundredths. And then what are we using? Units. Unless they say feet, inches, blah, blah, blah. Okay, do you need me to do another one, or are you okay? Please raise your hand if you need more assistance. Anybody need more assistance? Okay, I'm going to pause for the calls and give us a chance to complete. Okay. Let's take this sheet out, please. Put the other sheet away. Okay, again, number 5 is 14.87 units. Number 6 is 10.77 units. 7 is 17.03. All right, come on. Take this sheet out, please, so we can finish it. Make sure that your calculator is completely cleared. 2 plus 7, all 1 and 2. 2 plus 7, all 1 and 2. Come pick up one, please. Here. Anybody else need this sheet? Please raise your hand. Okay. Clear your calculator. 2 plus 7, all 1, 2. 2 plus 7, all 1 and 2. We already did number 1, correct? Yeah. So now let's type in number 2. Where do we go in our calculator? We go to stat, press enter on edit. Which numbers are we going to type in under L1? The X values. Under L2? The Y values. Let's do that now, please. Hold it up so I can make sure that we have typed these in. Where's your calculator? Then you need to get another one. Or do something. Come on. I asked you if you needed the sheet. Y'all don't do that to me, please. Come on. Come on, babe. You got to get what you need. It's super important, okay? Anybody else? Anybody else need a sheet? Okay. All right. We need you to type these points in, sweetie. I'm going to pause for the calls. Do you know how to type the points in? Did you already type them or you need to type? Okay. Do you have it, Chloe? Good job, babe. Madison, y'all good? Okay. We good? All right. So now we're going to do line of best fit. I want to practice doing correlation coefficient because that's something that you're going to have on your test possibly. So I'm going to go ahead and do diagnostic on. Where do I go to do diagnostic on? Bless you, sweetie. Where do I go to do diagnostic on? Catalog. Second what? Second zero. Let's go to catalog. Oh, well, let me make sure that I get out of that table. Second mode, make sure you're on the main screen because we want to type diagnostic here. So press second mode, second mode, second mode. All right. Everybody at the main screen? Now let's go to diagnostic on. Second zero. Press enter. And then press enter again. This is the part that some of you forget to do. You have to press enter again so you can see what words. Done. That's how you know it's on. Okay? Yes, baby. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do the line of best fit. So then it will give us our R, our correlation coefficient, okay? So let's press stat, go over to calc, lean reg, somebody said number 4, then enter. Because we're not going to graph the line, we just want the line of best fit. All right, so now let's write this in. Look at my answer choices. I want an answer that's going to be a whole number. So here I can write this as whole numbers, okay? So my equation is going to be what? Y is equal to 6x plus 63. Or 60 what? It's 64 because we're rounding it. You see this? I'm going to round to the nearest integer. So this is going to be 6 and this is going to be 64. Okay? What's my R in this problem? What's my correlation coefficient? 0.98. What does this mean? Huh? No. With these, don't round. Yeah, because it's not a perfect straight line. Okay? So it's super important, not to round. Just truncate. Okay? So here, this is 0.98. Okay? So 0.98, what is that saying? What does that mean? What kind of correlation is this? This is a strong, somebody said, strong positive correlation. Please make sure you study your notes, okay? So you'll know what these things actually mean. Any questions, comments, or concerns? What's a strong correlation? What's a strong positive correlation between what numbers? 0.75 and 1. What's a moderate positive correlation? Between 0.50 and 0.75. What is a weak correlation? 0.50 and 0. Okay? Any questions? Or from 0 to 0.50. All right, good deal. Okay? Now it's saying predict. That means you're going to use this line of best fit to figure out what the exam grade could possibly be when the hours studied is 6. How do we do that? So what are we actually doing? We're substituting for X or for Y? Hours is X. X is 6 here. So rewrite the equation and substitute 6 in the place of X. All right, so we got 6 times 6 plus 64. What does that equal? So the expected grade is 100. That's the expected grade. Could they make 100? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. Remember, it's a scatter plot. Okay, this is predicted. This is not actual. Any questions? Is there anyone that's lost? Okay, so I want you to do the last two. I want you to do those on your own, please. Okay. Is there anyone that's struggling and needs help? Okay. I'm gonna pause to give you a chance to get those two things done. Please also make sure that you go back and write down your R and then write what that R means. Write what the R means, okay? Please make sure this is called your correlation coefficient. Please write down your correlation coefficient. Okay. All right, good people. We're going to put this in our notebook. Please take out your notebook so we can make sure that we're pasting these on the right page. Shh. Yesterday, we glued down the house value, or if you didn't glue down the house values page, you need to glue that down. That's page 20. Page 20 is house values. Q2, page 20. 21. It's page 20. What's 20? You said that 20 was the house. It is. That's what I'm writing. Oh, you're doing that right now? Yeah. Oh, okay. House values. Let's glue this down, please. I'm paused for the calls. Please glue it now so you don't get behind. All right, this is page 20. This is page 20. I need y'all to paste it in. I still see some people that haven't glued this in yet. Jonathan, where's your notebook? Come on, baby cheeks. Page 21 is going to be the distance sheet. Page 21 is distance. Baby, I'm getting there. Calm down. I'm going to have to say it again. I don't know why y'all be rushing me. You rush me for me to say it like 50 times. That's why I'm doing one thing at a time. One thing at a time. 21 is distance. That's the distance sheet that I gave you on the way in the room that we did. This sheet right here is page 21. Page 21 is distance. We're gluing it in because you need it for your project. Distance. This is the 5th test. This is your next task in your project. It's distance. So, finish it later. Just finish it later. When I'll grade that when I do the notebook check. You see what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna pause, give you a chance to paste the distance page in. 22 is the line of best fit worksheet. Okay, so Q2, this is page 22, line of best fit. This is your worksheet. Guys, this is also, I'm gonna put here making predictions just in case when you're reading over your notes, you're like, well, where did we do making predictions? We did it on this page, okay? So I'm gonna put making predictions there. So when you go back and read your notes, that's where you can see it. We're making predictions using the line of best fit. That's this sheet right here. Please paste this sheet down for number 22. All right, page 23 is residuals. I got 10 minutes. I'm going to make it work. Q2, quarter 2, page 23, residuals. Page 23, residuals. Residuals. Wait for you to finish writing because I want you to fully concentrate on what I'm saying. Because some people really feel like this concept is very difficult just because of the word, but it is not. It is very, very simple. Okay? They look at the word and they're like, oh my God, that must be hard because they never seen that word before. It is not that hard. It is very, very simple. Okay? So please make sure that you're listening so you don't miss it and get it. Okay? Residuals, plural. Residual points are going to be how far each point is away from a point that is on the line of best fit. So residuals are how far each point, and I want probably will say, yeah, each point in the scatter plot, be more precise, Miss Reyes, is away from the line of best fit. Okay, I'm going to illustrate it and then I'm going to write the formula and then we're going to do an example. Okay. All right, we're going to draw a quick scatter plot where these are your X values, these are your Y values. I'm going to make it real simple. Okay. I'm going to do a couple of points on the scatter plot. Yes, baby.
Is there a letter?
Is there who?
A letter.
I don't understand what you just said.
Like, you know how for like, is it X or something?
Mm-hmm. You mean for residual?
Yeah.
No, just residual. Yeah, sorry. All right, so we're going to graph a couple points, okay? I'm going to graph a point about here. I'm going to graph another point maybe around here. I'm going to make it kind of scatterish, okay? Kind of scatterish. I'm going to draw a line of best fit between these 2 points. This line right here is called my line of best fit. Okay. I'm going to illustrate the residual for each of these points. All right, so let's start with this point right here. Since the point is on the line, this point does not have a residual. The residual here for this point is 0 because it's on the line. The residual for this point is 0 because it's on the line. Residuals are how far each point is away from the line of best fit. So let's look at the other points. This point right here is under the line. So I'm going to draw like a little arrow here. This is a residual here. It's the distance. Is this going to be a positive residual or a negative? Since it's under the line, this residual is going to be what? This is going to have a negative residual. What about this residual here? This is going to be a positive residual. And I'm just going to draw a line because it's just looks weird. So this residual here is positive. What about this residual here? This is a negative residual because it's under the line. What about this residual here? It's a positive residual. Why? It's above the line. And what did I say this residual was? Why is it 0? Because it's on the line. I'm going to pause for the calls. Residual. And then we are going to do an example tomorrow. So we got residual formula. And again, there's no letter for that. Residual formula goes like this. Your residual formula, I don't know where I get the L from, is going to be your actual Y value, put that in parentheses, minus your predicted Y value. And I will show you how to do that. All we're doing is subtracting to find residual. And I will show you how to do those tomorrow. Yes, okay. Spell it right for me, please. All right, I know, but you spell it right on your paper. I'm moving on because I got 1 minute. All right, please put your calculator back. This light is blinking. It's okay. It'll eventually go out. I can't wait for it to.